Hello, Bailey Buccaneers. We'd like to welcome you back to the Bailey School for Performing and Visual Arts. We're so excited about your return to in-person learning, and we want to take this opportunity to welcome you back. We've missed you, and we're happy that you're coming back to campus. This video is to review the COVID-19 Safety First in-person protocols. It's important that all of these protocols are followed if we are to be safe and have a great return to school. First, we'll talk about car riders and walkers. When you arrive in your parents' car, your temperature will be checked before you exit the vehicle. If your temperature is below 100.4, you will be invited to come into the campus. Please be sure you are in uniform, wearing your mask, and that you have a clear or mesh backpack. Walkers will be checked also, and if you're not wearing your mask, we will direct you to put one on. Once you make it to the front door, we are asking that you stand 6 feet apart. You can see here that everybody is 6 feet apart. No one is touching anyone, and they're wearing their masks while waiting patiently to enter the building. There are markers on the floor to help you understand where 6 feet apart is in relation to where you are standing. When you enter the building, you'll be welcomed by our staff members. We're here and we're ready to check your backpacks and to wand you to be sure that there's no metal on you that will beep. Again, safety first. As you're coming through the metal detectors, please remember to place your items on the table so that we can make sure to check each backpack and each student as they're entering. You are also reminded to make sure you are in uniform and that you are wearing the appropriate ID badge once that has been issued. Please remember again that we have clear or mesh backpacks only. Anyone who is not in compliance with the clear or mesh backpack will be redirected to contact their parents so that they may receive the appropriate backpack. Here, our student support specialist, Ms. Griffin, is modeling an appropriate mask, appropriate backpack, appropriate top. Now let's talk about bus riders. When you arrive on the Spring ISD bus, you are to be seated until you are told to stand by the bus driver. Upon your exit, your temperature will be checked. As long as it is below 100.4, you will be invited into the building. It is very important that you follow the instructions given by the bus driver so that we can check each temperature as students are exiting. Here, our team is modeling for you the appropriate way to exit the bus. Again, we will check for uniform compliance, backpack compliance, and ID compliance, along with we're ensuring that you're wearing the appropriate mask before you exit the bus. Temperatures will be checked, and any temperature above 100.4 will be taken to our campus isolation room so that we can contact a parent immediately. Parents, if you are contacted to pick up your child, we do ask that you please make your way to the campus immediately. This is for the safety of all involved. Students, once you exit the bus, please remember to stand 6 feet apart as you wait to enter our cafeteria. Staff members will be standing by to help you get through the metal detector, and then once through the metal detector, you will be sure to walk straight line to the cafeteria to grab your breakfast. In this clip, members of our leadership team are modeling the path that we will take to enter the cafeteria line to get our breakfast. Breakfast will be served in a grab-and-go fashion. That means that you will walk into the cafeteria line, you will make your breakfast selections, and then you will be handed a to-go plate. You'll enter your ID number, and then you will head directly to your first period class. Here, you can see Miss Selman walking to receive her breakfast to go. You can see her stopping, making sure that she enters her ID number. You can see that she's being very kind to our cafeteria staff, saying please and thank you. That's very, very important, students. Next up, Miss Hooks, who has been standing 6 feet apart, It's her turn now to get her breakfast, and you can see she models the same behavior. She is wearing her mask, she makes her selections, and then once she makes all of her selections while saying please and thank you, she makes sure to scan her ID to ensure that her lunch is accounted for. She sanitizes her hands, she says please and thank you, and she heads directly to her first period class. Now, students, when we are in the lunch line, it is very, very important that we stand appropriately. We don't want to sit or lean on the handrails, and you want to be very, very careful about what you touch because we don't want your hands contaminated. So make sure to stand appropriately, 6 feet apart, say please, say thank you, and wear your mask. When it comes to our hallway transitions, we are being very careful at Bailey. Each student will stand 6 feet apart while waiting to enter their classroom for our springway structure called threshold. At threshold, our teachers will give our students specific instructions as to what they are to do upon entry into the classroom. Students will then enter the classroom, but before they do, they will make sure to sanitize their hands. Here, our leadership team is modeling for you exactly what that entry should look like. Each student will sanitize, then go into the classroom and begin to follow the teacher's instructions. Again, safety is very important to us. Each student is wearing their mask upon entry, they are social distancing, and they're making sure to sanitize those hands. If a student attempts to enter the classroom without wearing a mask, they will be immediately redirected to put their mask on. It's very important that all students comply with our safety security measures. Upon exiting the class, the teacher will give students specific instructions. They will social distance 6 feet apart and transition silently to their next class. Each teacher will walk with their students as they go to their classes throughout the pod. Here you can see our team demonstrating what that will look like. Students, when they see their class, will line up at threshold for their next class, and a teacher will actively monitor to ensure students remain silent during transitions and that they are 6 feet apart wearing their masks. It's very important that we're monitored during our hallway transitions. Speaking of monitoring, each of our bathrooms will have a monitor making sure that only one student enters the restroom at a time. Students will show their pass to enter the restroom. They will use the restroom expeditiously. They'll make sure to follow our best Bailey behaviors in the restroom. And when they come out, the next student then can go into the restroom. Also, please note our water fountains are not in use at this time. Your students may bring bottled water just in case they get thirsty throughout the day. We'd also like to remind you that students will need to have their in-building supplies on their first day back at school. We do need students to come to school each day in their uniform, and they must bring their fully charged Chromebooks. Failure to follow the COVID-19 safety protocols will result in removal from the learning environment. We do ask that parents are available to pick their students up in case they are running a temperature or in case they need to be redirected for failure to follow the protocols. Thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing you soon.